cost you out and what you want. I'm gonna be chasing money, but you chasing real double talking this. Tell it on and on, same that you break a beat, yo. You the same that cost you out and what you want. I'm gonna be chasing money, but you chasing real double talking this. Tell it on and on, same that you break a beat, yo. You the same that cost you out and what you want. I'm gonna be chasing money, but you chasing real double talking this. Out. Yes, sir. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Yo Gotti. Now, it has come out on January 13th, 113, that Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, has been killed outside of a Memphis restaurant. So, without further ado, man, let's dive into this situation and let's see what's going on, man. So first and foremost, let me explain a little bit about Anthony Big Juke Mills' background and the role that he played in Yo Gotti's career. Now, Yo Gotti's brother, Anthony Mills, made a notable mark in the music industry through his association with Yo Gotti's label, CMG. Born Anthony Mills, Big Juke contributed significantly to the label's success, played a pivotal role on the business side of the music industry. Yo Gotti's brother Big Juke's influence extended beyond family ties as he actively promoted artists under the CMG imprint. His involvement went beyond the traditional manager role, and he often appeared in music videos for the artists he supported. Big Juke's multifaceted contributions showcase his dedication to the success of the label and the artists within his fold. Now, he also took to the forefront as a this is Yo Gotti, right? He took the forefront as a prominent rapper in the face of CMG. Big Jook, who was Big Bro, he was the one behind the scenes making sure all the business ends was tied up. Basically, that was Big Juke's role, right? In Yo Gotti's career. So very interesting, man, that this person that played such a pivotal role has now been killed. As we all know, in the music industry, in the Hollywood business, it's always a sacrifice that has to be made. Now, a perfect example of this type of situation is the movie Blood Sacrifice, right? Where it was their uncle who was their business manager, and he was doing the same thing that Big Jook was doing. His name was Red. Y'all need to watch that movie, and it's gonna show y'all not exactly, but around that same thing of what happened and what goes on in this music industry when it's time for a blood sacrifice, man. But come on, let's dive into the numerology behind the situation, right? Murder by numbers. Now, if you pay attention to the cover, right, we can clearly see the number 3 and the number 8 in the cover, right? Even the word murder equals 38 in gematria, which is simply turning letters into their numerical value. So we have the number 38. So it's very interesting that the day that Yo Gotti's brother was killed was on 38 day numerology, January 13th in the year 24, right? Just like killing. And they said it was outside of a Memphis restaurant. When Memphis restaurant, both equal 38 in the same reduction cipher. Nah, y'all, this not the only time that Yo Gotti and a shooting in a Memphis restaurant have occurred, man. Because y'all remember we talked about last year when a shooting at Yo Gotti's restaurant left 2 dead and 5 injured. So there was a mass shooting at Yo Gotti's restaurant last year. And look at the day that TMZ posts about it. March 30th, 3/30. Now we're going to dive in on that number in a second, man. But it's always dealing with a restaurant, right? That these killings is taking place that are associated with Yo Gotti. It's always at a restaurant, right? But come on. Right? Because Yo Gotti happens to be 42 years old at the time that this has occurred to him.
Right now, we know that the N word equals 42, racial slur in the month of February, which is Black History Month, equals 42 in the same reduction cipher. I want y'all to pay attention to how the same ciphers is being utilized, right? We not using too many ciphers this video. It's not needed for real. Right? So we have the number 42 with the N-word, racial slur, in February. So we can see that this number 42 is linked with Black people, right? Hanging also equals 42 in the purest cipher. Juice World equals 42. So a lot of celebrities also share this numerology. Dwayne Wade equals 42 in this purest cipher. And now we see why the things that's transpiring in his family is why it's going that way, right? These are the people that they want you to look up to. But come on. LeBron James equals 42 as well in this purest cipher. Notice how ESPN wants to mention to you that he scored 42 points in the Drew League. But come on. Bill Russell, right? The NBA player with the most championships. Bill Russell equals 42 as well. So that might make sense as to why Bill Russell and LeBron James both wore the number 6. 42, 4 plus 2 equals 6. Right? Bill Russell is second. He is second on the list for the most minutes played in a game in his whole career. Bill Russell has averaged 42 minutes a game, right? When Bill Russell equals 42. But come on, man. Because we always talk about Jackie, right? But if we actually look at who was credited with being the first Black man to play in Major League Baseball, it's 42 anyway, right? Moses Walker also equals 42. You got Muhammad Ali equaling 42, and he was even born in the year 1942. That made me think about that drink, man. Ain't it 1942? Ain't that what that drink is? But come on. Senene from the Martin Show. Senene, who was Martin's loudmouth neighbor, right? Senene equals 42. And we know that Martin lived in apartment 42. Right? Pay attention to how the Martin Show setting took place in Detroit, which is located on the 42nd parallel.
If you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead.
That's what I did, and that's how I got this $250K check in less than 30 seconds.
He's been in the news a lot. He's in the talks a lot. Cat Williams also equals 42 in this pure cipher, man. Pay attention to how this same cipher is being used, man. We haven't even stepped outside of that reduction cipher, man. All in the same cipher, man. But come on. Right? So back to the Yo Gotti situation, right? Because it's his brother that has passed away. When even if we take the phrase brothers, you know how this, those brothers over there, those brothers, a group of Black people, they say brothers. They call them brothers, right? So it's very interesting that these two brothers, right? These two biological brothers, Yo Gotti loses his biological brother at the age of 42, just like the word brothers equals 42. Man, even the movie The Brothers is an hour and 42 minutes. Starring Morris Chestnut, Shamar Moore, Bill Bellamy, D.L. Hughley, Tatiana Ali, and Gary Hardwick. Now, what's very interesting, once again, is even breaking down the span of this movie, right? This movie is an hour and 42 minutes. So that's 60 minutes and 42. So we have 60 plus 42 makes 102. So this film is 102 minutes which perfectly aligns with the numerology of the N-word, man. Come on, man. Come on. This was really going on, man. Mockery. But let's continue, man. Right? Let's continue with this 42, right? Because Big Jook, who is Yo Gotti's brother, passed away 18 weeks and 1 day before Yo Gotti's next birthday. 18 weeks and 1 day. When we take that as a whole number, 181, that's the 42nd prime number. Even taking the phrase black person in black history, right, in the English language backwards, it happens to equal 181, which is the 42nd prime number. So these words and these phrases that happen to deal with black people happen to have this consistent numerology, right? Very consistent numerology that's going on, man. But come on. Because Yo Gotti even came out with his most recent album, which was CM10 Free Game. Now, this even came out on the 4th of February, another 42, right? So these people know exactly what they're doing, right? It even features 42 Dugg on the album. Now, 42 Dugg is another rapper from Detroit, the 42nd parallel, and even his first name, Dion, equals 42 in the simplest cipher. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So this number 42, man, is very consistent, man. But come on. Because Jalen Rose, a basketball player from Detroit. Now, he went to Southwest High School. Now, his number that he wore at Southwest was 42, when his first name, Jalen, equals 42 in the simplest cipher. Now, let's take the reflection of 42, 24, as we are currently in the year 24, the year of Kobe. So just know that you're going to also see a lot of Kobe rituals going on, especially in sports. You're going to see a lot of 8s, 24s, 81s. You see what I'm saying? But come on. Right? Because even taking the title of this album, CM10 Free Game, taking that whole thing, it equals 204 in the English language backwards. That's the same day that the album was released, on 2/4. But come on. Right? Because this album was even released with 330 days left. Just like the stage name, Yo Gotti, equals 33. Now, Yo Gotti has some strong synchronicities from the release of this album to the day of his brother's death. Now, Big Jook died 101 weeks and 1 day after the release of Yo Gotti's most recent album. He also died exactly 708 days later. When, if we take Yo Gotti's stage name, Yo Gotti has a perfect synchronicity with Yo Gotti equaling 111 forwards and Yo Gotti equaling 78 backwards, man. So we have a perfect synchronicity, man. So that is showing us that Yo Gotti is behind the death of his brother Big Jook, right? But come on, man, let's even go deeper, man, with this album right here. With him even showing the dualistic concept, right, on his album cover. Right? Because even if we take the year and the months, Big Jook died 1 year and 11 months after Yo Gotti's most recent album, when Yo Gotti equals 111. Now, Even if we take Yo Gotti's real name and we just take the span of weeks from his most recent album to his brother's death, we get a span of 101 weeks, just like his full birth name, Mario Centel Jitten Mills, equals 101 in the purest cipher. So with that being said, man, I can conclude, in my opinion, that Yo Gotti sacrificed his brother to continue going up in the music industry. Blood has to be shed. Those random strangers evidently wasn't good enough. That also happened at Yo Gotti's restaurant. That wasn't good enough. Those people were strangers. They want blood. Blood figuratively and literally, right? They want your blood, not some random blood. They want your blood. So yeah, Yo Gotti's brother was sacrificed. Now, like I said, watch that movie Blood Sacrifice, and it's going to show you exactly what goes on in the music industry. Now, with that being said, that's all we have for this video today. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major
There's some real money in the room.
Well, most recently in the news, Big Jook, the brother of Memphis legend and music mogul Yo Gotti, was shot and killed after leaving a funeral in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee.
Look at God. Look at God. Something that ain't nobody looking at during this event. Yeah, I know it. Look at God. Something that you said, you been MIA for a minute. And I said, you lucky you weren't a prisoner of war. You know, when I hear things like this, I don't go with what's going in the media. That ain't how we do on Real Tune. We go with what make it make sense. What make it make sense right now. Look at God, y'all. Another lesson learned. Another valuable lesson learned. Something that's worth value this time. That maybe that God can show somebody some things that everybody ain't looking at. Everybody looking at a finger to point. Everybody looking at somebody to blame for something. Everybody looking around to see who gonna take credit, who gonna take the response, who gonna make an album, who all that, but ain't nobody looking at the message in the mess. Hello? Yeah. Ain't nobody looking at the message in the mess. Everybody just looking at the mess that was left behind. No disrespect. A lesson well learned. Yeah. For everybody to see. Let's flip the flop. I know what it feel like on both ends, but not on his end. But I know what it feel like. First of all, let's give prayers to the family, man. They gotta make funeral arrangements right now. You understand me? Let's give prayers to them families, man. The one things ain't nobody looking at. Everybody just looking at what's happening, what's going on around everything, but nobody's saying how's the kids taking it. How's his mom taking it? No, she's traumatized. How's mom holding up to see your son murdered in the streets like that? How's mom holding up? Has anybody checked on the mother? Another loss in history for us black folks, man. Is this the way all of us gonna have to go? I mean, I'm just saying though, it's nothing to do with who did what. But you know, if you want to get into that like that too, the man just looked at a dead body and 5 minutes later he was a dead body. Hello. I mean, things that y'all looking at things that's happening in life instead of looking at how it went down. Oh, because how that went down, that's how that was supposed to go down. No other way. That was the way he was supposed to go, and he wasn't gonna lead this world no other way but that way. Come on, Tune. Please tell me to make it make sense. Please.
Make it make sense, OG.
Please ask me. I just need you to ask me that right now. Because karma is a must in God's world, and in this spiritual life that we live in, you know, the place that we visiting right now, karma is a must. What goes around comes around. And don't think that you're going to leave this earth no other way. You're going to sneak out of here on a heart attack. You're going to sneak out of here having a stroke. You're going to sneak out of here with COVID. No, ain't no sneaking out. You're going to sneak out of here the same way young Dolph left out of here. The same mess that you made, you got to clean that up. And what?
Are you looking for an easy way to view and manage your mail and packages from anywhere 24/7?
Better way to clean it up and have you to do it yourself. Hello. I told y'all keep up with the message, not the mess. What goes around comes around. Everybody know the story. Everybody know what happened, what did this. Everybody know because everybody telling it. And then everybody want to yell somebody snitching. I was watching Black Youngster when he was on his way to court, and they was booking him in for the 100 shots that young Dolph missed. And they was saying, no, he said, I don't know nothing, don't ask me nothing. And they kept asking him questions to where he heard something that made him say, yeah, oh shit, somebody must be snitching. That's what young Black Youngster said, somebody must be snitching, because he keep hearing everything. But watch this. When it came down to Big Jook get killed, I know nothing about Big Jook. I never heard of the man, a day in my life until he got killed. Same thing about my brother AD when he got murdered. A lot of people didn't know who AD was. Could care less who AD was. But once like a lot of bloggers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know who Big Jook is, but down here in Texas, this Texas, we got other kingpins to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We got our own kingpins to deal with that's gonna lead the same way that like Billy Ray Maddox, my cousin Bobby Wayne Reed. You understand me? Legends down here. R.I.P. to E.C. Douglas. You dig what I'm saying? Big Bull. You understand me? Yeah. And the list goes. We got our own. You understand me? But at the same time, somebody got to make a change. Shout out to Billy Ray. I seen the change. And then he just passed. But thank God Billy Ray did all that time. Came home, we just had his birthday party at the Turkey Den. Just had a man birthday party at the Turkey Den. Looked like he was a millionaire. And next thing you know, he was gone. But he left the way he's supposed to live, in peace. He didn't leave bodies on the street. When you leave bodies on the street, believe you're gonna be a body left on the street. Big Jook left bodies on the street. Big Jook was bigger than everybody. But one thing you gotta know, when somebody hurt, they hurt. It's one thing about me. I know one thing. Let me tell you how I live long. Tales from a Crip. I live long.
Just let them know like they appreciate it.
In the same week as his final interview, Young Dolph was tragically shot and killed at Makita's Bakery. His remarkable rise to fame was covered in depth earlier, but his roots in South Memphis proved to be not only his greatest strength, but also his greatest weakness. Before the shooting occurred, Dolph was filming a music video with his artist Snoop Bands. He was seen driving around the city in his camo wrapped Corvette before stopping by his favorite cookie shop to pick up some treats for his family. It was at this moment that a white Mercedes-Benz pulled up. Two men wearing hoodies and masks emerged from it and began firing through the front of the store. They quickly fled the scene in a getaway car. Police arrived in less than 10 minutes, only to pronounce Young Dolph dead at the scene. Almost immediately, people began pointing fingers at anybody that Young Dolph had feuded with in the past, leading to numerous theories about the tragic event. Some of these theories were purely speculative, while others did seem to have more substance. Nevertheless, the loss of Young Dolph left the music world in shock and mourning for a talented artist that's gone too soon. As mentioned earlier, some theories regarding Dolph's murder seem more plausible than others. For instance, some people suspected Soulja Boy might have been involved. This suspicion arose after Dolph posted an Instagram story questioning how he, as an independent artist, could make over $100,000 per show. He also asked how Key Glock had more cars and jewelry than other artists and their CEOs. Soulja Boy responded to this post, claiming that Dolph and Key Glock weren't truly independent, as they were signed to Empire, saying that's big cap. They signed to Empire. I'm really 100% independent. Soulja Boy then shared his version of events, stating that Dolph and his associates had sent him threatening messages in the DMs. In response, Soulja Boy addressed the situation in a live video.
Man, stop playing. I put 100 ball on the head. You doing all this talking? I still ain't got an address yet, though. I bet $100,000 you won't give me an address. How about that? I got 100K cash. Look, DM me the address. You can have all this on my hand. How about that? How the Key Glock and Dolph and these is get in the picture?
They snuck in.
They snuck in the back door, God. How the we end up talking about Dolph lame ass.
Snuck in.
God, a clout chasing. It's still cool. This Dolph gonna talk about some, I'm an independent, I'm getting 100K a show. Man, stop it. I get in the comments and say that's cap. Y'all signed to Empire. Y'all not independent. I'm independent. I'm not signed to Empire. I'm not signed to no independent label, no major label. I put my own music out through SODMG Records to get 100% of all the money. Ricky Morty, all the money. I'm really independent. So what the f this really about? This get mad because I come in the comments and say, that's cap, you signed to Empire. Where the lie at?
Yeah.
Is you not signed to Empire? You signed to Empire, you not independent. As soon as I post that, type in my DM, oh, you funny. Oh, what's up? Start talking.
So they mad that you signed.
So they mad that they signed.
Come on, man.
Dolph mad because he signed to Empire and I exposed him. That's what it's really about. You should have shut the f up and kept saying you were independent like that. If you weren't really independent, I wouldn't expose your ass. I'm a real gangster, bro. I really did time, really spent on this. Cut it out, bro. Breakfast Club tomorrow. Shout out to Charlamagne the guy. Y'all didn't do nothing but gave me some to talk about. I'm about Breakfast Club tomorrow. And if y'all wanted to be something else, it could be that. What you talking about? Y'all ain't doing nothing but add me to the list of ops y'all got to already deal with. I don't think y'all want to be Draco though, y'all ass too. And don't never say where I can't go, because I'll come to Memphis right now. But bitch, I'm doing a motherfucking interview, and I'm on tour, and I got shows, and bitch, y'all, and f y'all.
And just as he promised in that live video, he also discussed the matter further during an appearance on the Breakfast Club radio show. During the interview, he even mentioned another incident where Dolph had been shot, a situation that we'll discuss shortly.
Oh, I thought you told him pull up and smoke then.
They jumped in my DMs and said, wait till we see you. It's this. I ain't gonna really say what but they started it. So I came back like, what? Ain't you get shot at 100 times?
Oh, no.
Ain't you got shot in Hollywood, running all out the hotel? Don't go handle the
who shot at you first before you come at me talking about some. You gonna see me. You ain't gonna do to me. You know who the I'm is? You tripping.
Who are you?
I don't.
Oh, Big Draco. I don't give a about no dogs, Geek Key God, PR, none of that. This SOD money game, and we will not tolerate no disrespect from no. Then, literally right after Dolph died, Soulja went live again and said this right here.
Cause get what? It so happened to me, it would have been laughing. See what I'm saying? That could have been me. Them was threatening me too. How about that? Them was in my DM top. If something wouldn't have happened to me, it wouldn't have been no we sound about none of that. You talking about? I'm supposed to say what? I'm supposed to do what? I don't know these. Got here, it would have been me. It would have been a whole bunch of ha, Soulja Boy. He should have kept his mouth shut. He should have did it. Let it would have been me.
Mobile games are going big. Free Fire Max is now available.
Y'all should have shut the f up. You talking about? Y'all should not get on my DM talking crazy. Jump on my DM talking crazy. Now y'all gonna be, should have shut the f up.
Ultimately, Soulja Boy wasn't responsible for Dolph's murder, and the theory linking him to the crime was simply a result of people misinterpreting Soulja's content for Dolph overall as a person. In reality, Soulja Boy was one of the least likely suspects. Dolph was a person whose music and persona helped shape the 2010s, not only in the Memphis rap scene, but in the whole US. Dolph was one of the few, if not the only artist to make it to the top of the game by doing things his way and retaining ownership of his craft, not needing to answer to any type of record label or person about how he did things. This is what made him a target for many in the industry and in the streets, which brings us to the next person that everybody focused on as a prime suspect in this case, and that's Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti and Young Dolph share a lengthy history that goes back to the early 2010s when Dolph first gained popularity. Both artists are from Memphis, with Yo Gotti already making his name for himself in the city before Dolph ever emerged onto the scene. Although they came from different neighborhoods, Gotti from Frazier in North Memphis and Dolph from Castelia Heights in South Memphis, there initially seemed to be no animosity between the two. In fact, when Dolph began his career, Gotti appeared to be supportive of his fellow Memphis artists. Gotti even shared his last text message to Dolph on the Breakfast Club when he allowed Charlemagne to read it. However, conflicts did emerge between the two, and the cause for the dispute varies greatly depending on who you ask. According to Yo Gotti, he's unsure of the origins of their issues, but speculates that it might be related to a verse that Dolph wanted him to do that he says he never did.
I don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we talking like theories or like, I guess we all wondering like what it is, or we talking facts. Like the facts is, me and Home never had one argument. You know what I'm saying? Ever in life. The facts is just, I'm the biggest rapper from Memphis. You know what I mean? I help a lot of rappers from Memphis. He was trying to get a verse or something from me. You know, I don't know if I, probably didn't do that. I never done the verse, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't do the verse in time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo Gotti's account of what ignited the feud differs from Young Dolph's, of course. Dolph mentioned on several occasions the reason for the disagreement. He claimed that when he gained popularity in 2012, Yo Gotti approached him and proposed signing him to his CMG record label. It's clear that Gotti genuinely appreciated Dolph's talent, as seen in this video where they performed together.
Shout your money, Young Dolph in this moment. Can't stand you, what's happening?
Even though Gotti expressed enthusiasm in signing Dolph, Dolph revealed that he declined to deal with Gotti, and this marked the beginning of increased tensions between them. However, that wasn't the only reason. He said the deal probably would have gotten done, except when Gotti approached him, Gotti started throwing his other artists under the bus in an effort to persuade him to sign, with Gotti telling Dolph that all of his other artists constantly needed help and money and all of these other things, but Dolph didn't. He felt like this was Gotti basically dissing his own artist in an effort to get him to sign. And if he was willing to do that to his own artist, why would Dolph want to be one of them? It was because of this that he decided he didn't want to do business with Gotti.
You did this all
By yourself, or were there other artists that kind of help open the doors for you? Like I know Gotti's opening the doors for a lot of artists in Memphis, or did you just been navigating your own path?
I've been doing this, man, on my own since day one.
Day one.
You know what I'm saying? Since day one, like everybody, a lot of folks, a lot of people, everybody almost came to me with different situations. Like, man, let me help you with this and do this and do that. But me in my position, like I got too much of my own money tied in this and too much of my own time in it. Like I got too much invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? So like, say like Gotti wanted me to do the, like, man, come on, bro, let's do CMG paper route. That's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped off because of Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? Which I can't do that because I got too much of my own time and money invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess it was something about a feature. Like, oh, he didn't do a feature or something for me, right?
You said he asked you asked him for a feature.
Listen, man, on my little boy and my little girl, man, he come to me talking about let him get on the song. You know what I mean? Why you want me to get on this song? So I'll send it to me. Send me the song with the open verse. On top of that, it's like the first time I even met little dude, go in the studio. First time. Man tell me, he sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at dog. Like, man, you got your own everything, bro. You popping. You like, but you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artist and throw your artist up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? No, it's just, I can't respect that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna get ready to throw none of my artists up on the bus to persuade somebody else. That just ain't where I come from. That ain't how I was raised. That ain't what I respect. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it ain't no issue. It ain't no beef. It ain't no nothing. It's just a whole lot of misunderstanding and some stuff I don't respect. So
in 2010, Yo Gotti was gaining significant traction in the mainstream music scene. His song 5 Star, featuring Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj, was climbing the charts, and it seemed like Memphis had a rising star in the midst. As for Young Dolph, he was just beginning his musical journey in 2010, having released his second mixtape, Welcome to Dolph World. By 2012, he was catching the attention of artists like Gucci Mane's 2 Chainz, OJ the Juice Man, and others from Atlanta, gradually building up his buzz like we discussed earlier. Yo Gotti was not only a prominent figure from Memphis too, but also in the entire music industry he was pretty prominent. As Young Dolph's star began to rise, Yo Gotti took notice. By August of 2012, Gotti invited Dolph to join him in that show that we watched a little bit earlier. Both artists were becoming increasingly influential in the world of music, and their collaboration seemed like a natural fit. It was right here at this moment in time that Yo Gotti extended the offer for Young Dolph to sign with his record label CMG. Yo Gotti later revealed that his last conversation with Young Dolph occurred on August 24, 2012, and to the public's knowledge, they didn't engage in any further discussions after that date. Although it initially appeared that Yo Gotti and Young Dolph were on good terms, their relationship would gradually deteriorate through indirect jabs that they were throwing. On October 15, 2013, Young Dolph released a new mixtape titled South Memphis Kingpin. Track 6, called Scared of Me, featured the first veiled attack.
Doing all that tricking on it, still your baby mama. Y'all can stop sweating. I ain't gonna say y'all name. Nah. The streets know what's up. They know y'all lying.
These lyrics were a direct jab at Gotti, with Dolph insinuating that he had relations with Yo Gotti's baby mama. Tensions between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph started to simmer behind the scenes, prompting Dolph to address the situation through his music. On July 8, 2014, Young Dolph released a new mixtape, High Class Street Music 4, American Gangster. In his song What's Poppin', he addressed Yo Gotti, stating that there were no issues between the two. Despite this assertion, their relationship remained strained.
Everybody keep asking what's up with me and Yo Gotti. What? Getting money, they getting money. That's the end of that. Bro. Y'all know how this meant to be.
In the following months, the rift between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti continued to grow. In December of 2014, during a visit to a radio station, Young Dolph was questioned about the escalating tensions with Yo Gotti. He responded by basically saying, "Hey, I choose not to sign with this label, and that's what it is. I'm my own man. I'm building my own legacy, and we're moving forward from that situation."
This thing with me and Yo Gotti, like,
Yo Gotti came to me, he wanted to do a situation. He like, man, let's do the paper route CMG thing. You feel me? I'm a hustler. You feel me? For anything, bro, I'm a man and I'm a hustler. So I don't knock you for that. Because if I was you, I would have tried to do that. You feel me? But at the same time, I'm a hustler, I'm a man. And after that, bro, I'm real. All I know how to do is keep it real. So just like I said, bro, if I was you, I'd try to do that too. But at the same time, if you like, bro, you straight and how you rock with me, how you show me you rock with me, I ain't tripping, bro. You got your own paper. You got your own team. You doing it. I mean, I want to see you turn up, go on, do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that where I'm from. You feel me? Like every man for themselves, which is cool. It's fine and dandy with me. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I look at the big picture of everything.
And things continued to escalate. On February 28, 2015, a CIAA event was disrupted by a shooting. As time went on, this incident became a critical turning point in the conflict between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. During that fateful night, 2 individuals were injured by gunfire at the CIAA gathering. The venue was hosting a CIAA weekend takeover party that was featuring prominent rappers like T.I., Young Jeezy, and Yo Gotti and Young Dolph were also supposed to be there. While it remains unclear whether the artists were present during the shooting, videos on Instagram show panicked attendees fleeing the club, with some ducking for cover or climbing over railings. It didn't take long for people to start figuring out what really happened. Shortly after the news broke, outlets started picking up the stories, and people quickly discovered that Dolph was indeed the target of this attack.
At 10, more than 100 shots fired on a busy uptown street. Witnesses terrified with bullets missing some people by just inches.
Blake, police told me they've had a hard time getting potential witnesses to talk, even though hundreds of people were out here last night. Police said suspects fired at least 100 gunshots in the middle of North Caldwell Street, where hundreds partied in a nearby tent, with dozens of homes front and center, and innocent drivers like this one.
They're scary.
Caught in the crossfire.
All of a sudden, I seen bullets flying off the pavement.
The woman who asked us not to show her face said she was traveling with her 92-year-old grandmother, and the two dodged bullet after bullet, terrified. And tonight, several neighbors told me that police have also offered counseling to some of the children who were at home when all this happened. So far, police have not made any arrests in this case.
Almost instantly after it happened, Dolph took to Twitter and posted a tweet that said "You lose" with a laughing emoji. A few weeks later, he did an interview where he downplayed the whole situation, refused to acknowledge that Gotti played any type of role in it at all, and referred to it as nothing more than entertainment.
Let's just come out here and have fun. You know what I mean? Come out here to have fun, get my vibe on, you know what I mean? And do my thing. I just come out here just straight for that. That's old news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's old. What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, if it ain't nothing else, it's entertainment right now. And this is the entertainment business, so I ain't on nobody's side. It's entertainment, though. Everybody watching. A whole lot what you see going on right now is coming out of Memphis and all that. Like, shit, you got Dolph all over it.
However, as time went on, people would begin to piece things together, and as it turns out, only one day before this incident, where Dolph barely escaped death, he dropped a diss record to Yo Gotti titled "Play With Your Chick," where he again talked about having a relationship with Yo Gotti's baby mama. He even went as far as to hire a Yo Gotti lookalike for the music video. He quit with the CMG shirt and everything, just to make sure that there wasn't no confusion about who he was dissing.
Heard your intro, your last 2 mixtapes. I hear you slick dissing, but that shit line. All that make-believe rapping about kind. Don't play with me, ho Gotti, you a hoe, man. Hey, you went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater. Begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. You make the city look bad, that's the truth. I be in North Memphis more than you. Was talking about me in your song prior to the side. Found my number in her phone and it hurt your pride. I'm sorry. So, So I told myself a long time ago, right? I said, I ain't gonna expose this man, cause we from the same city. You know, and your whole bad team know, I've been sparing your for the past 5 years. You know that, man, come on, man. I know, you know, the whole motherfucking city know, streets know that, stay on my way, nigga.
Following this incident, Young Dolph escalated the situation by subtly targeting Yo Gotti and his music some more. On October 8, 2015, Young Dolph released a new mixtape, which took the industry by storm. And in the title track, he referenced Yo Gotti's baby mama again.
Guess who baby mama DM me said you the shit. I would tell you, but I'm always starting shit.
Yo Gotti became aware of the situation and decided that he was going to respond. On November 27, 2015, he released a track called Legendary, in which he addressed Young Dolph's negative remarks.
Really hate me about the bitch, my nigga, that's some other shit. How you gonna be legend when you're doing legendary sucker?
Not long after, Young Dolph responded to the Legendary track, but this time not through music. He chose to make a statement with his album cover by naming it King of Memphis, a title previously used by other Memphis rappers such as 8Ball and MJG. However, Yo Gotti was the most notable artist using that title at that time. He even included it in his official Twitter bio. Young Dolph's decision to use the title for his album was a direct challenge to Yo Gotti's claim. To further provoke Yo Gotti, Young Dolph announced that his album King of Memphis would be released on February 19th of that year, the same day as Yo Gotti's album was set to drop. This move by Young Dolph generated controversy and excitement among fans who were eager to see which artist was truly the king of Memphis. The competition between the two rappers intensified, with supporters on both sides passionately debating who was the superior artist and who had more of a significant impact on the city of Memphis. Only 2 days after he announced his album title and release date, Dolph dropped a tweet that said, "Bro went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater. #facts." Since Young Dolph had openly mentioned Yo Gotti's interest in signing him, many people believed it was a direct taunt aimed at Gotti. Gotti seemed to respond to this assumption the very next day on his Twitter account, tweeting, "We can't afford to shoot and miss, consistently making shots. #Gotti Nation." However, this tweet was later removed, causing fans to speculate even more about the growing tension between the two rappers. After releasing his debut album King of Memphis on February 19, 2016, Young Dolph went on a promotional tour to support the album. Throughout this tour, he made several remarks aimed at Yo Gotti. One such instance happened on February 24, 2016, when he appeared on Hot 97 and disclosed that Yo Gotti had been texting him continuously for 2 years.
It ain't no pressure with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people don't understand, like everybody on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yo Gotti was texting my phone for 2 years straight. It's deeper than it ain't just the music and the rap. Like the one of the men that was around him, you know what I'm saying, they like kind of raised him a little bit. He from my hood.
So you guys are
You
connected.
see what I'm
in many
saying?
ways.
Like exactly, like it ain't even like the music like this. That's small. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like literally, like we like the one that raised him, that's my dad's best friend cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? It like it's really like I just laugh at it.
A few days later, Young Dolph appeared on The Breakfast Club and discussed transforming his fans into haters. Just 2 days afterwards, on February 28, 2016, the CIAA event took place again. As you may recall, in 2015, 2 people were shot at this event, which both Yo Gotti and Young Dolph attended. In 2016, the very next year, things escalated when 40 to 50 shots were fired at Young Dolph's Sprinter van. Although his manager was in the vehicle, Young Dolph was not in it. It became apparent who the intended target was that night, though. Security guards witnessed a Nissan Altima speeding away from the scene shortly after the 40 to 50 shots were fired into the Hyatt Hotel lobby and 2 occupied vehicles around 4:45 a.m. Eventually, 3 suspects were arrested that night: Howard Wright, Kevin Thompson, and Derek Bolton. They faced charges of 3 counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling and discharging a firearm within city limits. What caught most people's attention about this arrest was the fact that Howard Keon Wright, who was 31 years old at the time, was identified as both Yo Gotti's road manager and vice president of CMG Records. Young Dolph went on stage after all of this in a bold move and performed his Yo Gotti diss record at the whole crowd.
Order your free $100 telescopes now. We are giving away these amazing telescopes to any outdoor enthusiast.
With this official link between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph's feud, it became clear that their conflict extended beyond music and diss tracks and was going into real street issues. In 2018, 2 of the 3 individuals were charged with multiple offenses, such as discharging a firearm into an occupied property, discharging a firearm into an occupied dwelling, misdemeanor carrying a concealed gun, and other related crimes. Yo Gotti's manager, Keon Wright, received a sentence of 10 to 14 years in prison and remains in custody till this day for the incident. Following these developments, both law enforcement and the public recognized that Yo Gotti and Young Dolph's situation was headed in the wrong direction. The rivalry between the two camps intensified on social media. On March 2nd, 2016, Black Youngster, a CMG artist affiliated with Yo Gotti, called out Young Dolph on Instagram and even went to his old hood.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep the G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass, you nice. If you got a problem, say you got a problem. Shake it. He ain't no motherfucking king of Memphis. He ain't king of South Memphis. He ain't from the city. Big Dolph at, cuz. Where you at, dog? Where you at? Where you at? We in Cash Stadium right now. We just left the store. Where you at right now, dog? Where you at right now? Where you at? Where you at? CLG. Where we at right now, cuz? We in Cash Stadium right now, cuz. What Dolph at, cuz? Where you at, cuz? Where you at? Where you at right now? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? See the left back.
A few weeks later, Gotti found himself in an interview on Tim Westwood TV, and Tim directly asked Gotti what was really going on, a question that Gotti clearly tries his best to dodge.
What the f is going on with Dolph, baby? What is going on with Black Youngster? What is going on, man?
I ain't no popping, man.
That's crazy, man. That video was scary.
Yeah, I think there's probably a little misunderstanding. Ain't nothing really popping.
I mean, it looked crazy on Worldstar.
Yeah, I caught it a little bit of, but you know, little homie Young though. You know what I'm saying? Little homie Young and wild in the streets and you know, they just move a little different. It's, so you know, me like the shit I have going on and the shit I'm dealing with on a day to day. The paper so big, the vision so big that like it should be below my vision. You know what I'm saying? It should be below my vision, but little homie, you know, I'm always little homie on the team, so I'm always give them, you know, the proper advice. I don't move like that, so I'm always tell not only him but any youngin', like, you know what I mean, don't really handle your business like in a like that. You know what I'm saying? We got too much paper to get.
I don't know, man. It's a little self-snitching sometimes.
Yeah, it ain't really worth it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think he get it though.
Afterwards, on March 15, 2016, rapper Trouble unveiled his remix for his song Ready that featured Young Dolph. In Young Dolph's verse, he subtly targets Yo Gotti and CMG again.
Any nigga that record when it's time for gangster shit, he the police. And I your boss man, baby mama, same hotel for 4 weeks.
Black Youngster quickly catches wind of the remix, and on March 16, 2016, he releases a direct diss track towards Young Dolph called Shake Some.
Dolph don't want to play ho. I'm on tour with the K-Ho. You the king of Memphis, you ain't from the city, you from Chicago. Boy, you better lay low.
Young Dolph addresses this head on via Instagram.
Hey, I've been spraying your for years. The whole city know that. Whole Gotti, you was a nigga. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You seen your little do all your talking. Talk for yourself. Hey, that big head down syndrome looking motherfucker hate on everybody from the city that gets some real money. You start out hating on 3-6, they were having Oscars and You had to hate because you were broke. Because that's the only way you can get attention, boy. You were broke, boy. Now you hating on dog. You a Hey, man, if I was your boy, I'd be mad at me too, man. Why you mad at me? Because your is on fake watch busters and you had to fake it till you make it. And I came in the game rocking real ice, driving coupes and
And Dolph don't let up. On March 28, 2016, he throws shade at Yo Gotti again and Black Youngster while he was on stage.
So check this out. Y'all go right in man. Little dude, the little dude, little Pee-wee, I don't even know this shit. But his boss know that man. He just man called baby mama, that's all that shit is. Hey, salute to the mother. Tell my little y'all to the death, man. King of Inns in the streets right now, he running. How this your boy, man? He's go! Oh, God, get his baby mama, man.
Now, after this, it seemed like the tension had eased up for a little while. However, on June 27, 2016, Black Youngster decides he's going to perform his diss track, Shake Something, live on stage.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this.
What's on in your own hood? You ain't slide doing. You ain't Craig Pettis, you ain't the King Pettis, South Memphis, you. And he's from South Memphis. South Memphis, what the tell me CMG ain't working. What the f that mean?
A few days later, on July 3rd, 2016, Black Youngster announces the end of his beef with Young Dolph, admitting that the conflict cost him a considerable sum of money.
As far as the beef, now I'm past this. I'm over this. Like, it ain't nothing, you know. I lost $500,000 with just doing bullshit. Not just that, just it like, you know what I'm saying? Lost a lot of money. The mother woman come to see it all talk and buy me all this. I don't give a fuck, but you know, we still cool. But like, yeah, but nah, I ain't studying that bitch. I'm gonna get money. And I wish everybody else who getting their money.
On August 29, 2016, while promoting his own work, Young Dolph appeared on Sway in the Morning and discussed his issues with Black Youngster.
Little dude don't even know me.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't got no issues with me. That ain't nothing but his boss sending him out to do that. His boss wanted to make him like Young Dolph, but you never be a Young Dolph because Young Dolph a self-made millionaire in real life and would never ever got no help from nobody. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no haters, you is not popping.
Later, on September 9, 2016, Black Youngster was interviewed and surprisingly decided he was going to praise Young Dolph, stating that he should have been on the XXL freshman cover.
But I think it's a Memphis thing, because I ain't even see Dolph on there. Dolph should have been on there a long time ago. So yeah, I feel like, me personally, I feel like I'm putting enough work to where when he was doing it, when they send them out, he should have been on one of them covers. I'm putting a lot of work. Now he don't need to be on there, because he ain't no freshman no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserve it, bro. And I feel like any from Memphis is doing it, bro. I salute him, bro. I don't care who you is. I can not like you. I can like you. You can be high. You can be a sucker. If you're from Memphis, you repping Memphis, bro. I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you still deserve your shot just like I deserve mine. You know what I'm saying?
However, just a week later, Young Dolph dismissed the entire interview and seemed uninterested in Black Youngster's compliment.
I don't want to talk about the hood, man.
What about the XXL?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't even, it's all that shit fake. You know what I'm saying? A little dude don't even know me, so all that shit fake. He can't conversate about me. He could just let him do whatever he doing. You know what I mean? The thing is, Dolph and Yo Gotti. You know what I mean? He trying to run, Yo Gotti trying to run and put his artists out there. You know what I mean? Let him use my name to build him up some buzz and all that fake. But I don't want to talk about that, bro.
In October of 2016, Yo Gotti became even more entangled in the feud with Young Dolph. Yo Gotti released a collaborative mixtape with Moneybagg Yo called Too Federal. In the intro track called Can't Do It, he takes jabs at Young Dolph.
Let me set the record straight. I am the king, I ain't got the hate. Everything around me that ain't that other nigga just a minute me. I watch his interviews, don't like his energy.
A few months passed, and on December 23rd, 2016, Yo Gotti unveiled his White Friday CM9 mixtape. In the intro track, 81, he covertly disses Young Dolph once again.
He got the city divided, yeah. Bring it together, I tried it, yeah. Them little niggas, I tried it, yeah. Them little niggas, I tried it. I'm the king, you hiding it. You want a problem, I find it. I was too busy getting too many million right now, be perfect timing. Let the little niggas say that what they do the best. I don't be tripping at all. Whatever come with it, I'm with it. Little. I swear I'm built for it all.
Naturally, after Yo Gotti's 2 veiled shots in his mixtapes intros, Young Dolph started to catch on. On February 1st, 2017, he fired back directly at Yo Gotti with his scathing diss track, Play With Your Chick. The track escalated the feud by targeting not only Yo Gotti, but also his older brother, his baby mama, and the entire CMG label, and more. Then, on February 2nd, 2017, Young Dolph released his new mixtape, Gelato, with the title track also dissing Yo Gotti.
When I'm beefing, I don't squash it. Old rapper from the other side of town was hating, so I f***ed his baby mama, now he sick.
Following the mixtape's release, Young Dolph went on a promotional tour, giving interviews that took shots at Yo Gotti and explaining why he decided to diss him.
I really just been sparing him for the past years on top of years on top of years, but like recently, my little homies and different people had, like, you know what I'm saying, come around me like, bro, you heard such and so, you heard his new mixtape? Oh, you heard this? I'm like, no, I don't listen to that music. I don't listen to the music. I don't listen to a lot of people's music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially not this sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, they play it. So his last 2 mixtapes, he trying to slick this off, trying to throw. It's like you playing. You know what I'm saying? So you want to play? I ain't finna play how you want to play. We're going to play how I want to play. I'm finna get ready to go and expose you and let the facts be out here. Facts on top of facts. And that's why he don't even know how to respond. Because it ain't no responding. It ain't no responding. What you gonna say? The whole city know the truth. It's a different when you just got, this one person over here, he saying this, he saying that, all this about you versus, bro, that whole city say this about y'all. That's the truth.
The whole city.
Man, come on, dog.
On February 12, 2017, the internet trolled a bunch of hip-hop blog sites into believing Yo Gotti responded to Young Dolph with a track titled Don't Beef With Me. This track actually wasn't an official response track at all. This track was actually titled Prayers. The crazy thing is, it was just a troll. Then on February 26, 2017, the CIAA event took place again for the 3rd time. This time somebody pulled up and let off over 100 shots.
This what happened. I said, I seen him pull off right here. Pull off right here. Bro, a truck came from right here and pulled up and slammed on brake. And like a movie, bro.
Yeah, and they saw shooting and they're backing up. They put the car in the truck. That's how they start backing up. Yeah, they're backing up. I saw them.
No. What was crazy though? When they hopped on top of that mother. Oh, serious? Top with it just yes. But it's a bulletproof vest. It's a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, bulletproof vehicle. Nothing bulletproof. Yeah, truck bulletproof, bro. That ain't no bullet. Yeah, he said the truck bulletproof.
Luckily, the SUV that Young Dolph was in was bulletproof, and Dolph didn't get hurt in the incident, but the shooters were able to get away that night. Dolph started trolling the shooters, and on April 1st, he dropped a new album that was titled Bulletproof. On the track listed his Bulletproof album, Young Dolph is trolling the whole situation. I talked about it earlier, how the track list was basically a sentence about the 100 shots that was let off. Anyways, on this album, he had a track titled 100 Shots that was also making fun of the whole situation and essentially dissing Yo Gotti, CMG, and Black Youngster.
Everybody screaming, gang, gang, gang. The folks come and get you, you gon' tell on the whole gang. 100 shots, 100 shots. How the f you miss a whole 100 shots? They been waiting on this gangster to drop. Even though.
Worry about theft of your mail and packages? Wouldn't it be great if you can manage and read?
That wish I could be stopped.
Yo Gotti decided to perform on April 16, 2017 in Kentucky. And after his performance, at the end, he says, "You'll never see me beef on the internet. We pull up." A lot of people assumed that this was a shot at Young Dolph, But then, a couple of weeks later, on May 7, 2017, Yo Gotti denied that there was any beef at all between him and Young Dolph.
Yo Gotti don't be in situations. Yo Gotti get money. Yo Gotti help artists come up and build careers for their family. You know what I mean? Yo Gotti helps young cats from the hood change their life. Yo Gotti don't be in situations.
Then a couple of weeks later, on May 16, 2017, the police issued a warrant for a black youngster and 2 other men. They both ended up surrendering that day in Charlotte after the warrants were issued. They were officially being accused of having something to do with the 100 shots that were let off back in February of 2017 at the CIAA event, resulting in this legendary clip right here of black youngster telling the news crew that obviously somebody was snitching on him.
I ain't fired nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't do nothing.
Benson's attorney says the rapper turned himself in today because police found a van that was involved in the shooting. The attorney tells Channel 9 Benson rented the van, but then it was stolen from him.
It's obviously somebody raiding. Somebody snitching.
Black youngster was released on bail the same day that he was arrested, but his attorney admitted that the van that was used in the shooting of Young Dolph was rented by black youngster, but then he says that it was stolen. So he wants y'all to believe that one of Young Dolph's ops rented a van, got the van stolen, and the people who stole it used that van to go shoot at black youngsters' ops. Yeah, okay. Anyways, according to the article, youngster rented the van, which was later found to have been used in the shooting that involved the 100 bullets being fired. Black youngster faced 6 counts of discharging a firearm into an occupied property. And 1 count of felony conspiracy. Interestingly enough, his lawyer stated that it was Young Dolph's bulletproof mixtape that led the police to issue the arrest warrant for a black youngster. The attorney said, and I quote, Memphis-based rap artist Black Youngster has turned himself in on charges filed in Charlotte, North Carolina. The warrants served were based on lyrics from rapper Young Dolph's bulletproof mixtape. Youngster will await arraignment while he maintains innocence and no involvement with the incident. End quote. On May 18, 2017, the day after, Black Youngster released a response track to Young Dolph's bulletproof mixtape called Birthday. In this song, he accuses Young Dolph of snitching due to several statements that he made in the bulletproof mixtape.
I'm not guilty. I'm innocent. I'm not guilty. A doctor don't wanna see me dead and gone. Gang. This a red teddy song. Gang. Dropped that bulletproof and made a statement. Ran that you dead wrong. Snitched on their song. Gang. Talking to everybody and gossiping on their phone. I gotta play safe out here. A Dolph Thornton got me trying to be the case out here. Tell the whole world how you caught around the city and had a free. Come and tell me you sorry. Ho. Tell your fans the truth. Tell them how you really wasn't trapping, you were nothing but a bar. Ho. Tell them how daddy yo used a little boy, you make him run to the store, put cigars and water. Ho. Tell them how we had a show together, you ain't come in cause you thought I was gonna rob. Ho. You the owner. Come to CIAA with a bulletproof truck, scared for your life. How you gonna go and shoot your own truck up and play dead for the night? Gang, gang. And then press charges on me and tell the police I did that shit. Gang, gang. Now the feds say that I'm a menace. This for all the young I'm innocent. If Dolph show up in court, might need on sentence me. On my paperwork, they got the name and their sentences. You little rat ass bitch. Know what I'm saying? Your whole clique. I go to what all you PRE, Rat Entertainment. All you, your whole clique. And you ain't no more the motherfucking barber. You know, motherfucker, you wear the motherfucking long, big, dirt ass shirts. You know what I'm saying? Cook good hair, hair out on your shirts. You little junk ass. Hey, ho.
In the end, the 100-shot shooting didn't lead to any convictions, as the charges against Black youngster were dropped in May 2019, about 2 years later, due to lack of evidence. After hearing the news, Young Dolph mocked Black youngster on Instagram on May 28, 2017, for foolishly using a rental car during the drive-by shooting.
Hey, I just rented motherfucking van in my name, right? You know what I'm saying? And we finna go dump on it, and we finna jump out 6 deep. 100 shots. Dumbass.
If we get caught, I know one of y'all snitch. Even though this my name, you know, dumb as a mother. Nah. I'm just gonna send my little. Let them do this. Y'all can take the van though. I got the vans in my name. I'm on my way. All right. How the you miss a whole 100 shots? Stupid ass.
A few months passed without any further incidents between the two parties. However, on September 27, 2017, Young Dolph was shot in Los Angeles.
Good evening, I'm Rick Garcia.
And I'm Pat Harvey. Breaking news, a shooting at a popular tourist spot in Hollywood. Tonight, a rapper is in critical condition.
It happened just after 1 this afternoon in front of the Lowe's Hotel at the Hollywood and Highland complex.
And CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in Hollywood with more information. Dave.
Right in front of where that shooting took place. We can't tell you the rapper's real name is Adolph Thornton. He comes out of Memphis. He's been a big star on the rap scene since 2014. He goes by the name of Young Dolph is his rapper name. He is in critical condition, according to the LAPD, but not life-threatening injuries. He apparently is either still in surgery or about to get out of surgery after being shot numerous times in the upper body right across the street, and they say it could go connected to a feud that rap groups are having, the feud that goes all the way back to February.
Everybody screaming, gang.
This is 32-year-old rapper Young Dolph, whose latest album is entitled Bulletproof, and one of the songs on that album, 100 Shots. And detectives say just before 1 o'clock this afternoon, he was shot. Detectives say 3 men approached him right in front of Lowell's Hollywood Hotel today, where all 4 were guests. There was a fight. Young Dolph fell to the ground, and that's when one of the 3 suspects opened fire. No idea what the altercation was about, what the verbal fight was about?
Not at this point. It just sounds like it escalated from a back and forth sort of argument.
7 months ago in North Carolina, after a concert, Young Dolph had his SUV shot up. Police say nearly 100 bullets were fired into his SUV. He was not in it. Allegedly, there was a feud with another rapper. Detectives say much of what happened today is all caught on security cameras from the hotel. After Young Dolph was shot, he staggered into this nearby shoe store, and the 3 suspects fled on foot, even though they arrived, according to police, in this gold-colored SUV. Was the victim armed?
No, not that we're aware of. We haven't found a handgun. Nobody said he was armed. Video surveillance does not show that.
Police say the 3 suspects are still on the loose. However, about 2 blocks away from the shooting, they did detain 3 men. 2 of them, we are told, have been released, but this man remains in police custody and is still being questioned. The shooting occurred just off Hollywood Boulevard, near the intersection of Hollywood and Highland, where tourists flocked by the thousands. Again, no one else was shot except the rapper, and 3 suspects remain on the loose. Detectives just confirming that Young Dolph was going into the hotel when he was confronted by these 3 men who happen to be, in their words, a rival group in the rap world. Again, they would not give us details how this and the shooting back in the Carolinas is connected, although they say they are looking at the possibility that the 2 are related. They would not give any other details other than the fact that even though he's listed as critical, he's expected to survive the number of shots that he took.
Yo Gotti was officially named a person of interest by the police, and a man named Corey McLendon was detained near the scene. McClendon was an associate of Yo Gotti, as evidenced by photos of him with Yo Gotti and wearing Yo Gotti's labels, CMG t-shirts. Ultimately, McClendon was released the next day, September 28th, due to insufficient evidence. This marked the third time someone connected to Yo Gotti was involved in a shooting incident that targeted Young Dolph. On October 13, 2017, Young Dolph was released from the hospital and had a message for the shooter.
Hey, we at the hospital, Jack. You know what I mean? Y'all know the time me this shit right here don't stop. Legendary shit. Shout out to Pop, shout out to Easy, shout out to Big. You know what I mean? Y'all know what's up, man. New album dropping next week. You feel me? On the 20th, next Friday, Thinking Out Loud. Y'all know what's up, man. I got $1 billion lawyer with me, man. Y'all know what's up, man. Dig. Yeah. I know I didn't think it was over with.
For a couple of years after this, neither party made any significant public statements about each other, although there were occasional disses and interviews. Then, on May 15, 2019, Yo Gotti's tour bus was shot up after a concert in Nashville.
It's rapper Yo Gotti's tour bus hit by gunfire overnight in Nashville. Police say no one was on the bus when it was shot up around 11 last night, so no one was hurt. They say the gunfire appears to be targeted vandalism, and no word yet on a possible shooter.
The article also linked the incident to the past issues between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, with the police believing that it was some type of retaliation from Young Dolph's camp. Time passed, and on January 31st, 2020, Yo Gotti released a new project called Untrapped. The title track seemed to reflect on his issues with Young Dolph.
Where we start off, how we go wrong. Just risk it all to put a name in this song. Niggas fighting over blocks that we don't even own.
On February 5th, 2020, Young Dolph's contentious song targeting Yo Gotti titled Play With Your Chick achieved gold status. Young Dolph shared this news on social media, appearing to provoke Yo Gotti with this caption, which basically said, "I smashed the rapper's chick and got paid for it." Later, on August 14, 2020, Young Dolph released his latest album, Rich Slave. The song I See Money Signs from the album includes more jabs at Yo Gotti.
Then I rapper, baby mama about mistake. Damn. Ever since then, that big head mother been hating.
Yo Gotti didn't react to the insults, but his fellow artist Black Youngster did take action. On August 16, 2020, Black Youngster shared a video on Instagram in which he seen firing a random gun into the sky. He tagged Young Dolph in the caption, writing, "Young Dolph, I'm with my gang. Gonna get your shooter shot. Hashtag heavy camp. Hashtag super hot. Hashtag super CMG."
With my gang, you get your shooter shot. Commissary, he got put on mess to see what's up.
There's a fight coming.
You know shoot, but you know shoot.
On August 18, 2020, just 2 days later, Young Dolph was promoting his album and appeared on the Breakfast Club radio show. When asked about Black Youngster's video, he simply replied by saying, "Who is that guy?"
Now, what's up? Why is Black Youngster still coming at you, Dolph? I saw him post on Instagram.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Okay. He did a video this weekend where he was shooting out of the window, and he added you and said, "With my gang, gonna get your shooter shot."
I'm already fighting the case right now. Man, I ain't got time for nobody, man, they playing police games. I don't want to play police games. When you start playing police games, I exit myself out the equation. Like, go play with the police. I'm not finna play with the police. Y'all already got me, no, go, bye-bye. Like,
in 2021, the situation took a turn. On July 21st, 2021, Yo Gotti's artist ESTG released a track featuring Yo Gotti titled Run Into Me, where Yo Gotti seemingly takes subtle jabs at Young Dolph again.
Smoke in the city, know that I ain't sleep. Know that nigga bitch, you know it too, but he still acting tough. Take that to surgery, get that boy a tummy tuck.
Tragically, on November 17, 2021, Young Dolph was fatally shot in Memphis, Tennessee. Following the incident, some speculated that Yo Gotti may have been involved due to their past rivalry. The Memphis Police Department increased security around Yo Gotti's restaurant fearing possible retaliation. As a result, Yo Gotti postponed his CM10 project. On December 12, 2021, Young Dolph was slated to perform at the 2021 Rolling Loud show, but his crew took his place after his passing. At the event, they played Young Dolph's diss track, Play With Your Chick, and a member of the PRE record label declared, "This ain't over."
Yo, Dolph is here with us right now. I can hear him talking to me. You know what he just told me? What he said? He just told me, don't play with me. Play with me. This shit ain't over with. It ain't nowhere near over with. I'm in the booth right now.
About a week and a half later, on December 20th, 2021, Black Youngster released a new track and a video titled I'm Assuming. In the video, he's seen at a graveyard, and one of the headstones in the background has the name Thornton visible on it. This detail caught people's attention as Young Dolph's real name is Adolph Thornton Jr. Many assume this was a direct jab at Young Dolph.
All that throwing them slick shots on the gram, that's how you end up dead. And don't got no love for no. I want out with his head. Can't don't get no about what you read. You know my ops, they blade. I done bust out shots for other cause other was scared. I been the street that murdered rap. My second hobby. I'm on the verse about the purse with the young. They stacking bodies. Murder what she wrote. You play with me, you get murdered again. I dig your ass up and show your friend I'm some evil twin. Stop it right here. What? Let me out. Hell no. You know I'm squeezing the whole trigger. You know how I come. You know I did this for you. Duh. Yeah. I'm on that same. Nigga, up. That's what we believe in, man. Get this shit in. Sober and ride. You know they telling you. We ain't gonna spray your life. We the type of to come with you down. If I say it twice, swear to God, gang them, then come shut you down.
Despite receiving backlash, Black Youngster stood by his actions in a lengthy Instagram post stating, "I'm the type of dude who ain't never sat back and looked for nobody to feel sorry for me. I come from the heart of South Memphis where you get no sympathy. Don't even know what that is. With that being said, I could give two what the world think about me. It amazes me how just because I'm a multi-millionaire gangster that I'm put under this magnifying glass and every little thing I do, say, receives negativity, whether it's to be put out that way or not. I'm human, I ain't perfect. I go through stuff just like everybody else and a bunch of other stuff like that." As further developments unfolded, it became evident that Young Dolph's tragic fate was not connected to Yo Gotti or Black Youngster really at all. Instead, it was linked to an entirely separate issue that was taking place in the streets of Memphis.
Want to know exactly what's in your P.O. box without calling or getting in the car? Wouldn't it be great if you can manage and read your mail when away on business, on vacation, or abroad? Worry about theft of your mail and packages?
On January 5th, 2022, nearly 3 months after the passing of rapper Young Dolph, a significant development emerged in the case. Authorities announced their first suspect, 23-year-old Justin Johnson, a local rapper known as Straight Drop. Memphis police, U.S. Marshals, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation offered a combined reward of up to $15,000 for information that could lead to his arrest. Straight Drop faced a federal warrant for violating supervised release on previous weapon offenses and was added to Tennessee's most wanted list.
Police in Memphis, Tennessee, releasing information about the suspect wanted for shooting and killing rapper Young Dolph. There is now a $15,000 reward on the table for anyone who can help lead authorities to this man. This is Justin Johnson. Police believe the 23-year-old was the shooter. They say Johnson has ties to gangs and should be considered armed and dangerous.
Within a day of Young Dolph's death, a comedian named Darion Childs posted on Facebook expressing his love for Memphis and his gangster culture. However, just hours later, the 21-year-old was shot and killed at a gas station. The white Mercedes used as a getaway car was discovered days later near an abandoned house, linking it to a double shooting that had also occurred days before Dolph's death, where 2 women were shot multiple times and 1 died. Authorities confirmed that assault rifles were used in both murders. Soon after the vehicle was found, a man named Desmond Rogers was shot and killed next to the abandoned house, leading many to believe he informed the police about the car and they killed him because he snitched. Around this time, a now deleted music video of Straight Drop, aka Justin Johnson, rapping in front of the exact same abandoned house went viral. His associate, CEO Bobby, was thought to be the owner of the Mercedes and had appeared with the car in multiple photos in his now deleted Instagram. CEO Bobby, whose real name is Joshua Hewlett, was known to police as a shooter after he was arrested in 2020 for an incident involving an exchange of gunfire between two cars. Another associate named JoJo Splat was seen in front of Bobby's Mercedes as well, and a music video showed JoJo, CEO Bobby, and a man wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat similar to the one worn by the murder suspect. CEO Bobby was also seen wearing a PRE chain, the label owned by Young Dolph, which he allegedly obtained after a PRE member was stripped and robbed of it.
You see that, Joe? They like them trains bought. Like, your shit got bought over here. Like, your shit got bought over here. Them hoes legit, family. No count. That's a 5-figure discount off a rapper neck. Off a rapper neck. It's that one. The fat one. It's that one. Come on. Say bye. Some folks did not say don't. They said, I ain't bought.
Later, it was discovered that the white Mercedes driven by the shooter was actually a stolen vehicle. Bobby found himself in handcuffs just a week after Dolph's demise, facing interrogation about the stolen vehicle. Police discovered weapons and drugs at his girlfriend's residence when they went to pick him up, igniting speculation that he was being probed in connection with Young Dolph's passing. However, it eventually became evident that CEO Bobby had no real involvement, but merely wanted to show off and flex with a stolen car. Meanwhile, Cornelius Smith emerged as a second suspect, and he was identified as the thief of the white Mercedes after CEO Bobby was arrested, and a manhunt for him and Straight Drop commenced shortly after. Scrutinizing Straight Drop's past, people began to wonder how he was even free to participate in this crime in the first place, as he had previously been implicated in a separate shooting incident where 3 people were shot at a bowling alley. On July.
Yeah, that 23-year-old spent several years in federal prison, but he was released pretty recently, actually in May, for good.
On music video that day and remain a fugitive, only to be caught upon an hour.
Shortly after learning about Johnson, ABC 24 confirmed that a second man is now indicted for Dolph's murder, and it turns out he was already in custody for another crime. The Shelby County DA says 32-year-old suspect Cornelius Smith is now facing first-degree murder charges. He was actually arrested in South Haven back in December on charges of auto theft involving the same white Mercedes that was used in the murder of young Dolph. He is now being held at the Shelby County Jail without bond.
Cornelius Smith, much like Johnson, also had previously been involved in another incident prior to this right here, leaving people to also wonder how he was free too. It really seems like the system in Memphis just doesn't work, because in 2018, Cornelius Smith was arrested for aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault, and domestic assault. On February 27, 2018, a woman reported being abducted days earlier by the father of her child, which was Smith. She explained that he had taken her to return a pair of shoes that they had bought, but instead of driving her home when they were going back, he continued past her street. Desperate, she tried to jump out of the vehicle, but the doors were locked. At that point, Smith brandished a silver and black handgun, threatening to splatter her brains on the window if she made another move, accusing her of cheating, and then struck her with the gun. Smith also threatened to murder her entire family, holding them responsible for her alleged cheating. He kept her captive in his home for 3 days before finally driving her to a street corner where she was able to contact the police. Mysteriously, this case just vanished. These were the first 2 people to be charged in the murder of young Dolph. And since these guys didn't really seem to be tied to Yo Gotti in any way at the time they were arrested, it led people to wonder who these guys were and what the reason was for them committing the murder in the first place. And that is where this story gets even deeper, with even more of a backstory coming to light and even more people becoming connected to it.
This mistake is costing Amazon Prime shoppers big. Are you still using Prime? Because at this point,
Whether Dolph realized it or not, he made some extremely dangerous enemies when he crossed paths with a group from Memphis known as the Trula Mafia, which included Justin Johnson. Just before Dolph's death, he had signed a rising rapper named Uncle Danny, who also goes by the name Big Unc. Street rumors suggest that Big Unc had killed another man from Memphis named D-Money, who was a key member of the Trula Mafia. This is where Dolph's problems really began, ultimately leading to his tragic demise. By signing Big Unc to his PRE record label, Dolph unknowingly took on any issues associated with him. The Trula Mafia has gained infamy on the streets of Memphis for their brutal crimes. Their alleged leader, CEO Teezy, has connections to CMG and Yo Gotti though. Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, was a known associate of Teezy, with footage of them together circulating online. However, it's not the only link between CMG and Trula Mafia. A third suspect, Shondell Barnett, was apprehended later but released due to a technicality and vanished, and was believed to have been involved in the incident. People speculate that the core reason behind the conflict is the murder of D-Money's brother, J-Money, who was a promising rapper from Memphis and even had cosigns from people like Chief Keef. Dolph and J-Money were supposedly close, and many expected Dolph to support J-Money's family after his death. However, after D-Money's murder, Dolph decided to sign Big Unc, who was rumored to have killed D-Money. The brother's mother even accused Dolph of siding with her son's killer on Facebook. This situation could explain why the Trula Mafia had issues with young Dolph in the first place. However, the case isn't that simple. Months after the arrest of these three suspects, another man, Hernandez Govan, was arrested in connection with the case. Authorities claim that Govan had ordered a hit on young Dolph. At this point, it's unclear why Govan would have wanted Dolph dead, but he did have connections to the music industry. His daughter, whose name was Lotta Cash Desto, was signed to Lil Uzi Vert and was tragically murdered last year in Houston. Now, there's rumors suggesting that there might be some type of link between Dolph's death and her death, but there's no concrete evidence to support that theory, at least not at this point. All we know is that prosecutors are accusing Govan of paying for the hit.
A third suspect has been indicted in connection to the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph.
According to District Attorney Steve Moroy, they have now indicted the person they went
to any details about the evidence.
The truth is, there are still many unanswered questions surrounding Young Dolph's murder. The suspects have been in custody for almost a year, and the judge recently announced that the trial might not even begin until 2024. If convicted, these individuals could face some seriously lengthy prison sentences. Ultimately, countless videos online claim to know precisely what transpired in the case of Young Dolph. The fact remains that this is an ongoing investigation. And yes, while arrests have been made, no one's been convicted yet. However, it is likely that somebody will be convicted in time and witnesses will testify. And when they do, the full story will more than likely come to light, potentially bringing justice to Young Dolph and his family. Dolph's influence extended beyond his music, impacting the lives of those around him and the rap community as a whole. After his death, people began to discuss his character and his actions outside of his rap persona. Dolph was known for his generosity, investing in properties, and giving his children houses for their birthdays. He frequently organized giveaways in his hometown of Memphis and consistently supported charitable causes. Though his music portrayed street life, his actions, beyond that, reflected his true character. He advocated for independence, financial well-being, and mental stability. Dolph visited schools and talked with students about ensuring a bright future for themselves. These voluntary actions speak volume about who Dolph really was. Sadly, Dolph understood the risks of the life that he led. He respected his environment and he expected the same in return. But that's not how things work in the streets. Young Dolph was on the path to accomplishing great things had his life not been cut short. However, this doesn't diminish the positive impact that he did make while he was still here. But that's the whole story of Young Dolph. Now, this was a lengthy piece to create, but to tell the truth, you guys, I really enjoyed the process, and I look forward to putting together another one for you guys here real soon. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.
I've worked at some of the largest retailers on the planet. We think they all have it figured out, but Shopify really does.
You can build a totally custom application, and by doing that, year over year, we've been able to dramatically increase conversion rate. And that's game changing for average order value and ultimately how much we make per visit to our website.
Let me try.
Pull harder!
Guys, I hate to say it, but might have.